Hi, and welcome to Kisses Tarot Readings. Today's reading is an all about love reading. It's been a while. I know it has been. I'm really sorry about that. My life has been getting in the way. I'm sorry. Today is May 8th, 2019. We'll be doing a quick love spread. Just 3 cards that tell you here about your relationship, and then other clarifying cards to answer some important questions that maybe you have, although they won't be direct questions. Basically, we're going to be asking something, and we'll see what happens. So, here we have, I'm going to pull out 3 cards, past, present, future, with clarifying cards for the future. Do that. Oh, no, future. Future's good. You know, the past is past. You really can't change it anyway, but it's always nice to know how you got to here through your past. Okay? So, this is your past. Page of Cups. Okay? You can see that. Not very good lighting right now. Love and emotions. Psychic abilities. Creative healers, parties, marriage, births, Pisces energy. So maybe this is a person that you had in your past, younger person, male or female. Pages can be deceptive. Page of Cups brings many emotions into the forefront. Looks like there's extra cups for other people to join in. So maybe this person wasn't very seriously committed to you, even though marriage was always a possibility. Okay? We'll draw, we'll shuffle cut again, because tell me shuffle cut again. So that is your past. This usually the ones, let me see if there's any specific words, cups, romantic. So this person was romantic, and maybe they brought out the romance part of you. Doesn't mean they aren't still there, but they definitely played a part. And here we have the fallen star. Now, the star is basically hope. And there is still hope, although most of the hope has been washed away. You feel it's gone, but it's not. There's always hope with the star. It's still a good card, even in that position. I'm actually going to find my book. One second. Go over the past briefly, and then swing into the present, so that you're sure you understand how this past played its part. So, imagination, gentleness. So maybe you had a very gentle relationship, a very gentle partner that helped bring out love and emotions in you. Okay? This card represents a messenger from the element of water and from the world of creativity, love, and dreams. When denoting a person, this page is a dreamy child or young adolescent of either sex who may be psychic, artistic, a little vague, and very sensitive. Such a child is often lost in a world of their own. Indeed, they may create imaginary friends. Any difficulties this child may experience frequently involve imaginary terrors or fears or phobias. Okay, so this person maybe had a few things going on in their head that weren't able to be seen except by them. Some things were all just in their head. Okay. As a messenger from the unknown is abstract meaning. This card signifies creative, spiritual, and loving feelings surfacing in your life. You may experience these as an increase in intuition, an active dream life, strong gut feelings, or a particular interest in paranormal and mysterious subjects. The presence of the moon or the high priestess often serves to confirm this meaning. We don't see them yet, but this was the past. When inquiring about love, which we are today, this page princess suggests you are ready to receive love because your heart is softening and beginning to open like a flower in the sunshine. The Empress, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, or the Lovers amplify this interpretation. In a short spread, this card can represent happy news, especially usually from someone close. And I do believe you were close with this person. However, that was in the past. It does not mean that they are not in your your life or your relationship now, but at this point, they are simply from your past. They may still pop up from time to time. It's quite a possibility. So we have the Star here, and it's pessimism and tension. Okay. Reverse the Star means loss of hope, disappointment, and this is what's going on now. Okay. And don't lose hope, because there is hope here. There's always hope. Okay, with this card. Frequently, it signifies exhaustion, whether mental, physical, or emotional. When this is the case, it may be accompanied by the Four of Swords or appear with a number of reversed cards to suggest a general slowing down. I don't see that yet in this reading. Deep down, optimism and hope remain. The gloomy mood indicated here is only temporary and superficial. This is temporary, and we've not yet come to the future cards. So whatever's going on right now, realize it's only temporary. It's not going to last forever, even though it might feel like that. Because time slows down whenever you see the Star. Okay. When describing a relationship, the Star reverse focuses on lack of trust, tension, and sexual difficulties within a relationship. Spontaneity, fun, and playful interludes are missing. One or both partners is unable to communicate freely, and the relationship has a stiff, lifeless atmosphere. Overwork and personal doubts are the usual suspects. A short trip could be the first step towards resolving any problems. So if you're feeling any doubt, or your relationship is going stale, perhaps with this person, liven it up, wake it up, take a short trip, maybe with this person, see what happens. Okay, maybe it could revive it and make it like new again. Okay, and the future. So what does the future hold for you with regards to your relationships? Okay. What is in the future? Now, when I say future, it could be now, it could be tomorrow, it could be next year, it could be in 10 years. Usually I try to do a timing thing, but with 3 short cards, that's not going to happen unless they're all the same number or represent the same number, but they don't in this context. So, time, maybe we can do a tea leaf and see if there's an idea of a time. But usually, time is irrelevant. Things can change in a heartbeat, and then this never occurs. So, or you might be stuck in a parallel universe, and there you go. So here's your next and future card. Ooh! We have the Empress. Empress is representative of the number 3. So you have 2 court cards here, and a court card here, and 2 major arcana. So it's definitely out of your hands no matter what this is, although you can gently try to move it in the correct direction that you want it to go in. So with the Empress in the future, there may be a pregnancy involved. There may be just the earthy presence that makes you feel very womanly or very feminine. Her. And she is in the upright. This can also be a creative card. You might feel full of creativity, full of energy, full of life. Okay? Creativity, fertility, harvest. Okay? Fertility and abundance are the keynotes of the sensual card. So I'm just trying to get comfortable here. It evokes the warmth of summer. It could be summer. Okay? The scent of fruits and flowers, because the Empress is the embodiment of life itself. When such a vibrant image materializes in a reading, it is especially important to examine the context in which it appears. It's funny, I did use that word just a minute ago. For in the real world, the Empress represents the many faces of creativity and fertility. The simplest interpretation of the Empress is marriage and motherhood. As and it did mention marriage here. This is another. This card did mention that. Okay, so maybe marriage is in your future. As pagan bride and earth mother, the Empress signifies loving union and pregnancy. Naturally, these traditional meanings cannot apply to everyone, nor to every reading in which this card appears. Fertility of the mind and spirit are therefore important meanings to consider too. And in here, it's telling you you've lost that. So there's hope that this will come back to you. This energy, this creative mindset could come back. Brainchild is a term we often use when describing an inspiration or compelling idea, a creative project such as a painting, a book, craft work, or poem. is a brainchild, as is a business venture, an invention, or a sudden desire to bake a homemade loaf of bread. The impulse to create something life-enhancing is signified by this card, and such inner vitality may express itself in numerous ways. When representing a person, the Empress is a sensual, passionate woman. She may be a lover, muse, or inspirational and beloved friend. She is the outer image of your own creativity, sensuality, and abundant vitality. When denoting a love affair, the Empress represents an intense, tender, and tactile relationship, a grand passion, a great love. And it did say that in, I believe in here, that it was tender feelings here. I believe it was here, but it might have been there. So, past, present, future, with more future to come. So when you're thinking of relationship, okay, your relationship, what is your relationship embody? What is this relationship that you are in currently all about? What embodies the very essence of your relationship? 8 of arrows reversed. And I put it in the present, but it's interesting because it looks like the same tension is going on. The same type of tension in the present is going on. Feeling trapped, feeling unable to move, feeling stagnant in your movement. Like nothing can go forward from here, although it can. Okay. Up here. These are much shorter, so this shouldn't take too long. Arrows. Arrows are swords. Swords cut, swords bleed. Swords basically are very swift. Okay, but these are arrows, but they represent swords. Okay. And 8s, of course, 8s represent I have the strength, I don't have the strength. Here you lack the strength. You just aren't able to make a move at this time. You feel restricted. Okay. So, again, it talks about depression, entrapment, victimization. Things may not be as bad as they seem. Obsession with personal problems to the detriment of others. Problems that may come from within. So this could represent you. Narcissism. So it could be that you are this loving individual. And you're very emotional. Okay. And it's probably you probably bring some of these problems upon yourself because you keep looking inward for problems and more problems, and you don't consider the fact that, maybe you just need to just stop obsessing, stop thinking that everything is so bad when it's really not that bad. You're just not seeing the whole picture. You're seeing the picture in your head of yourself and how you feel about the whole situation. Okay? And what is... let's do that one first. And we're going to put this in the past section. Because this is the, what do I call that? The Akashic Records. Okay? So Akashic Records are records of your whole entire soul and the world's past. So everything that has happened in your whole entire existence from the beginning of time is in the Akashic Records. At least that's what I think. I have to study it a bit more. But I do realize that Akashic Records are basically past records of your soul. So we're going to go with that. And we're going to see why this relationship here will lead to this. Why this is occurring now. Why this is happening. The light of the world. Okay. So here we have a young man looking at a cat in a house. And it looks like the light is coming to knock at the door, but you just not paying attention. You're paying attention to what the cat is doing. And the cat's paying attention to what you're doing. And any second, that cat can go out the window. And you're going to probably try to catch it and follow it. and ignore the light that's right there, trying to get your attention. Okay, Akashic. Sorry, I didn't have my little bookies ready. So this is major, it's gotta be major arcana. Maybe the sun, maybe the star. Because it's talking about light. Okay, 10. It doesn't say. Alright. Light of the world. An old sage holds a glowing lantern and knocks on the door with no latch. A young man inside is too distracted to answer the knock. Okay. Your divine being is trying to get your attention. All it takes is a moment of your awareness to open the door. Though your life may be busy, the opportunity now presents itself for you to move into a higher awareness. It's a great time to open to your higher self in all its wisdom and powers. It is your soul, your eternal being, who approaches. But it's up to you, and only you, to open the door. You do that by taking real and regular action in knowing and feeling the wise and radiant being that you are forever. You are the star. You are the star forever. Okay? You are this eternal being that can shine light on the world or hide your light to yourself when you're feeling some kind of way about yourself. Okay? But you don't need to be that. You could be a creator. You could be the one that brings the light to everybody else. But you have to open the door. You have to stop feeling like you're so trapped when you're not. The lock is not locked. Through meditation and study, you can own that enormous love, power, and vision. You can make every day sacred by going within. And you can go within without getting to this point. You can. Once you do, you will know a radiant and greater power in every step and with every word. You will be able to bring this magnificent force to your world, changing your life forever. Okay? And an Akashic force, which is a little method thing they want you to do, like a little thing that they ask you to do at the end of this. So with a deep breath, you fill yourself with the grace and peace and light of your higher self. Your vision opens to a wider universe, and you realize that you have all the time and power in the world. Eternity fills you. Okay? So it's something to consider, that you've been going within all this time, but you're still not reaching yourself. You're still seeing the superficial human that you are, when you are an eternal being that can unlock every door and just walk right in. Just shine your light everywhere. But you have to let that light in. You can't just sit there and go to yourself and say, open. It doesn't work like that. You have to let yourself be free. You're not letting yourself do that in the present. You feel trapped. For whatever reason, you feel trapped, and you feel like time is standing still, and you feel like nothing can happen. But it can. This is a future card, and it's telling you that it can happen. Alright, so what is the fairy tale ending then? What fairy tale ending is before you? Should you start looking within at the light that you are instead of the darkness? Letting the light in instead of throwing a blanket over it and hiding it so that only you see it. What is your fairy tale ending here? If you just open the door and let in the light. Heart. So 24. That looks like a marriage card to me. I don't know about you, but it does look like opening your heart and joining it with somebody else's. Okay. These are fairy tales, so let's see what fairy tale this is. 24. And it opened right till that. Yep. Love, passion, attraction. In the Bulgarian story of Cinderella, aka Pepoyashka, the handsome prince sees a lovely young woman in a beautiful dress in church. Not knowing she is Pepoyashka, a mistreated stepdaughter. He is fascinated by her. He sees her 3 times, then goes looking for her. I'm trying to make sure you can see that. Looking for her with her lost shoe. The attraction between the two is instant, but the connection didn't come so easily. Lucky for you, when heart shows up, a lover may be close at hand, especially if a card for another person is close. It can also point the way to something you are passionate about. Look for cards nearby to show you whom or what has your attention. And here it actually flew on here. So right now your attention is on yourself. For whatever reason, you're not in this past part, okay, that seems to be a reoccurring theme here. You're not focusing on anybody else, and you're not opening your heart, and you're just kind of closed off right now, okay? But there is great passion here. It's right before you, staring you in the face, even though you can't see it. Look for cards nearby to show who or what has your attention. Our Pepoyashka has her happily ever after because her prince didn't give up. You must seek your own love by leaving your heart's door open. It's talking about leaving that door open again. So you've closed the door and you're refusing to open it, but you need to open it again. If you want a love and grand passion, you need to open the door again. This card says your partner can't be that far away, so keep your eyes open and your heart as well. Remember that you can also find passion in doing things that fulfill you, which is another reason this card shows up, is because there's passion, there's creativity, there's a desire to make something in the world, or to make the world better. It's not necessarily about fertility, but definitely about creating something, with or without another person. So your path. So where will your path lead you? Where will this, if you try to open the door, maybe, to see what's inside, to throw a little light on the subject, where will your path lead you? Where will it take you? Strength. That's here. Look at that. Yeah, max strength. 44. Alright, and this was reversed. And she's trying not to tip over. She's trying very hard not to tip over because the world rests on her hands. Strength is 44. Double power number. I might have to splice this. Alright. Your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in a higher power. You have to believe that you are greater than what you are. You have to believe that you come from a great source of power. And it's exactly what was intended. Okay. When you see the strength card reversed, pay particular attention to your health, for this indicates that your body, mind, and spirit need strengthening at this time. Exercise, rest, and proper nutrition are necessary to keep you in balance. Don't deplete yourself through overwork, as now is the time for building your stamina. Perhaps you feel the bonds weakening in a relationship. If they are in a danger of being broken, they may need repair. Attend to them before the burden gets too heavy. Be strong. Face the reality of your relationship at this time and give it your attention, for any fragile threads may give way. Let go of whatever robs you of your life force and trust that something better will take its place. You may have closed your door, okay, to this relationship because you think there's no more hope left. But there is hope. So you have to open that door again. You have to open that door and let your light shine so that you can see what is before you, so you can see the possibilities. Okay. What do the romance angels want you to know about your relationship at this time? What do they want you to know about your relationship at this time? Whoop! I just flew out. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Interesting, because it fell over here, it fell in your past, and maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe there was an obsession, an addiction here, that's still kind of following you. That obsession is still kind of there, and there's a lot of obsession with yourself as well, and your own particular feelings and needs, okay? But they are affecting your romantic life. I don't know if I have time to read this. 4 minutes. Let's see if we can find this fast. Okay. This card answers your question in perhaps a surprising way, because addictions are the culprit behind the issues you're attempting to resolve. This could be your own craving for a substance or unhelpful behavior, or it could be your partner's addictions are impacting your love life. The card is also an indicator of childhood experiences in an addictive family, which is kind of where it fell. It kind of fell right over here in your past area. Addictions numb the heart to pain, but they also diminish its capacity to love. Since love is the basis of your romantic partnership, addictions become a barrier to moving forward towards true emotional intimacy. This is especially true if you are twisting yourself in knots to please a person whose dependency has lessened his or her capacity for happiness. Someone is definitely depressed here. And it could be you. You could be the one with the addiction. Okay? That no-win situation will negatively affect your self-esteem and your own happiness if you continue. Fortunately, lots of support is available worldwide in the form of 12-step meetings and other addiction support fellowship models. Whether it's you or your romantic partner who has the addiction, you can find free groups near you through internet searches or by contacting a local community health center. And there are certainly many, many different places you can go to get help. And a lot of it is anonymous. They just want to help you. They want to make sure that you're free of these addictions so that you can move on. And addictions can be anything, It falls hand in hand with passion. Only, like it says, it gets twisted. It becomes like an obsession, something you feel you can't break away from, even though you can. But it takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of strength to break that addiction. Okay? So if you need help, please try to find help online. There's so much help that can be found out there now. It's a lot easier now actually to find help than it ever was before. There are so many support networks out there. And it's hard to break free of addictions, no matter how small they may seem to other people. They're not. And there's all kinds. There's really all kinds. Oh, protection. So, this is what the divine wants you to know. Protection. You are not alone. You're being looked after by your spirit guides and angels, and certainly they can help you through anything. They can help you through this. They can help you find strength. They can bring people into your life that help support you and make you feel better about yourself. You don't have to be in a partnership where you don't feel loved or respected. You don't have to be alone in the world. There are so many places and things and people you can see to help you. I hope this was helpful for you. If you need any more advice, please contact me at kissykasplash@gmail.com. I love you so, so much. Mwah. I hope this really was helpful to somebody. And I'm really sorry I haven't been getting to them, but I'll be trying to do a little more with them throughout this weekend. Okay? I love you all. Bye-bye. Kisses. Bye.